I mean, I also want to mention too, we're talking about addictive technologies. There was a film, a documentary years ago called The Addiction Machine, and it was about the engineers and anthropologists and addiction, uh, you know, uh, doctors that went into Vegas to figure out how to make the slot machines more addictive, literally. And they brought these people in, and there was one person that transformed the entire industry in Vegas and changed the way the machines were built and created an entirely new system that made Vegas an extraordinary amount of money. And those people that went into Vegas, I mean, they are in the tech companies. They are there, and they know exactly what they're doing. And I think that what jumped out at me about the pandemic was I don't think they know what they had until the pandemic when they saw they had a trapped community of people that couldn't get out. And then they saw all this money coming in and all this attention and this like unrelentless sort of invasive situation happening where it transformed everything in those days. And I think when I think about solutions again, there needs to be conversations in schools that talk about critical thinking and how to create things and how to make art, how to write a book, how to read a book, how to have conversations, how to stand up and, present yourself in front of an audience and speak. There is, how about this? If we had cooking classes again, why not have cooking classes in school and set up a camera to teach someone how to actually present their cooking skills in front of a camera, and then they can put that on YouTube and present that as their final paper, quote unquote paper. I mean, there's ways to integrate these opportunities for entrepreneurship and learning and using the tools in a healthy way, but that also requires a shift in the education system in the United States. I mean, we have an education system that was, I'm not a scientist, I'm not a scholar like Rona, and I haven't been in technology as long as you have, Alex. You've worked for some of the biggest tech companies in the world.
Well, I haven't worked for
But I,
them. I've reported on them, but I
exactly,
get your
well,
point.
exactly. But the process of education is based on World War II supply chain economics, which don't exist right now. And so
Yep.
kids are going through education platforms that are not designed for the future. They're not designed for AI. They're not designed for social media. And the teachers were taught in an environment and in a system that no longer exists. And so they're not even, in my opinion, and I know Rona probably is going to disagree because she's going to defend her industry. And my mother was a teacher for 25 years, but I mean, they really truly, it's like a generational thing. They really don't even understand what they're dealing with. If you see some of these classrooms and you walk in and you see all the face of the students and the teacher, and the students have some of them, and I'm making a broad generalization because it's not all like this. Like if you go to Waldorf, you're not going to see this situation as much. But if you walk in some of the schools, there's classrooms of students that are slightly vacant. They're using technology tools that the teachers don't understand, and the teachers don't really know how to manage that conversation. They don't know how to engage and how to transform their own thinking around teaching to help these students understand how to use these tools so they can learn and to be ready for really not the future where we are right now. We're not even we're in the future.